We welcome you to our WBD Group 10 project presentation. Our group member consists of Chaikure Shetik, Devarkonda Bhimashankar, myself Dheeraj Kumar, Dupalpodi Madhukar and Banavat Yuvraj. So we have named our website Pro Spaces. Our problem statement is just simple and straight. We need to create a portal for students or any individual who want to collaborate with other people, and even people who have a perfect idea and can share the opportunity with others. So we have our tech stack consists of React.js and GraphQL, and it is bridged by Apollo server. And our project setup uses Next.js, which is a fully developed framework which supports both front-end and client-side back-end implementation in the single code base. Coming to Docker, Docker is an open source containerization platform. It enables developers to package applications into containers and standardizable executable components, combining application source code and the operating system libraries and dependencies required to run that in any code in any environment. So let me show you how we run the Docker image and create it. So first I'm going to type this thing. It will start building it. Once it starts, it does the building and it runs the images on the disk. And now if I run this, it's running. Now if I go and again check on the internet, you can see that the website is working. And coming to caching, as we have already talked earlier, that there is in-memory cache called in the Apollo server as well as Apollo client. So it is built into the Apollo server and as well as Apollo client. So it is easy to use as it completely abstracts out on top of LRU cache and efficient techniques to cache objects. And to avoid data inconsistency, there are some fields which it provides, like the max age, inherit max age, public or private. So the max age field tells us how much time does the data is valid and it's going to be kept in the cache. After that amount of time, the cache will easily flush out all the data, and when a new query comes, that the query's result will be cached. And inherit max age field tells us for a particular field to inherit the max age of the parent field. So as a result, it does both server side as well as client side caching with minimal required code. So let me show you our code base. So as you can see, these are Next.js code base. So coming to the client side implementation, so we import the in-memory cache from Apollo client, and we use it here as we pass it as a prop, as a cache is equal to new in-memory cache, and this takes care of all the caching in the front end. And similarly in the back end, we use response cache plugin, which caches the response whenever the query comes, and it collects from the database and caches the response. I can also show you how it does. So suppose we have the server implementation. In the schema.graphql, we have two types called enum cache control scope, which tells what the scope of the cache will be, and directive, which is a cache control. And see, as I told you, there is a max age field, scope field, and inherit max age field. So coming to the suppose if you want to cache particular type of request. So suppose I want to cache post request, and I set the max age as 240 seconds, so which is nothing but 3 minutes. So after 3 minutes, the particular cached data will be flushed out by the cache, and similarly posted by user. So as we are doing inherent querying, so one post query is user, so as a result we have to even cache this. So inherit max age is set to true, so that this user also will be cached in the same result for the max age of 240 seconds. Now let me show you how it is done. So as you can see, the data has been loaded. Now if I ask for a particular sort by, like let's suppose I want to get the team size in ascending order be coming, and similarly if I put on the team descending size, I will be getting the data as well. Now if I click on the duration descending, I'll get the data particular to that request, and similarly duration ascending, I'll get that. But as you can see now, that if I click again on team size, there is no network call being done. Again if I click on the team size descending, again there is no network call being done, because these results are being cached and it will be kept up to like 240 seconds as I told earlier. And now the same thing will be happening in the server side as well. Query optimizations. Now, when coming to query optimizations, query optimization is very essential because we need to optimize the performance of databases. So it does so by minimizing the number of disk access required when a query is being processed. So coming to the MongoDB, it uses specialized data structures like B trees, which are used to store some information related to the documents present inside of the collection. Let me show you how we did the query query optimization by indexing. So suppose generally in MongoDB we have the underscore ID as a default indexing. So what happens is that it stores all that data in form of in the sorted order based on the underscore ID field. Now we have even supplied indexes based on the created at -1, which tells us that we need the most recent posts. So now whenever a user asks for the particular type of sorts by created at, it directly gives it has already indexed those results in this particular way, and now it directly has to just give these results to the user rather than again getting all the data from the underscore id and again sorting based on some algorithms. So similarly, if you want member count in the descending format, so as it's already indexed, these results will be directly sent off to the reserver. So this is how query indexing or the query optimizations work. Coming to CI/CD, CI/CD stands for continuous integration and continuous deployment. It does by incremental code changes, and the automated build and test steps triggered by the CI. Like this, whenever new code change has been pushed to the GitHub, the CI/CD pipeline will again restart. So it automatically builds and tests the steps triggered by CI. The code is once the CI building and everything continuous testing is done, the code is then delivered quickly and seamlessly as a part of the CD process. So coming to the CI/CD pipelining thing, we have used GitHub Actions. So GitHub Actions is built in GitHub, and it is easy to automate all our software workflows, and it provides us to build, test and deploy your code right from the GitHub. And coming to demo, the GitHub Actions, these are code base. These are code base. Now we have set up the actions here. So as you can see, until now we have run 7 workflows. You can see all the jobs have been completed successfully. And this total thing has been done using github folder, in which workflows we have the deploy.yml. So we write the name CI pipeline, and on push we have wrote several steps to do the GitHub CI/CD pipelining when it gets deployed in Vercel. So coming to Vercel, so Vercel is a platform to deploy our front-end websites. It can also deploy back-end using AWS Lambda serverless functions. So the Vercel is from the developers who are the creators of Next.js. So hence there is a seamless integration with the Next.js. Now coming to testing, we have used Cypress. So Cypress is an end-to-end testing framework built on top of Mocha and Chai. It provides us with a UI where we can see how the tests are being run. Thank you.